In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on September 3rd, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia Phillies versus Milwaukee Brewers. The Philadelphia Phillies and Milwaukee Brewers go head-to-head Wednesday night with first pitch set at American Family Field. I'm not overthinking this one. The Brewers are a slight favorite at home, and I'm rolling with them. When they're expected to win, they usually take care of business. Their win rate in games they're favored in has been solid all season, and they've been more consistent lately than Philadelphia. The Phillies are dangerous with the bats, sure, but they've also been streaky, and their pitching hasn't always kept up. Most of the sharp models and betting shops are siding with Milwaukee here, and I get why. This isn't a game I'm trusting Philly in on the road. As our first pick for this matchup, the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. Both teams can hit, and this series lines up to be one where the bats are out early and often. Milwaukee's got power threats, and the Phillies have guys like Schwarber and Harper who can change the score in one swing. The sportsbooks pegged this line at 9 for a reason, and even though some projection models suggest under, I'm not buying it. The lineups are too dangerous, and this feels like one where it gets blown open by the middle innings. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Braves versus Chicago Cubs. The Atlanta Braves head into Wrigley Field on Wednesday to face the Chicago Cubs, wrapping up the set. It's been all Cubs so far. I gave Atlanta a shot earlier in the series, thought maybe they'd bounce back, but it just hasn't happened. Bryce Elder might be having a decent stretch, but I've seen enough of him to know he's not the guy I want my money on. His earned run average is bloated, he gives up runs in every start, and he's a liability more often than not. Cade Horton, on the other hand, has been solid all year, and especially at home. The Cubs have been reliable when they're supposed to win, and this is one of those spots. As our side pick for this matchup, the Chicago Cubs money line is the full game call. Atlanta's lineup hasn't been hitting, and Chicago doesn't need to run up the score to get the job done. Unless Elder completely melts down early, this shapes up like a game that stays quiet on the scoreboard. The number for this one is sitting at 8.5, and even with Elder on the mound, I'm leaning towards a low-scoring affair in this one. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Athletics versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Athletics and Cardinals wrap up their 3-game set on Wednesday night at Busch Stadium in what's now a rubber match. This one's got a bit of an edge to it after both teams have traded blows in the first 2 contests. One thing to keep an eye on is how Cardinals starter Matthew Liberatore performs under the lights at home. His numbers take a noticeable dip at Busch. His earned run average bumps up from 4.13 on the road to 4.55 at home, and opponents hit him harder too, with his batting average against climbing from .258 to .283. Those aren't flattering splits, and it's something Oakland's lineup will be eager to exploit. In Game 1 of the series, the Athletics put up a monster showing at the plate, lighting up St. Louis for 11 runs. Then they turned around and went ice cold in Game 2, managing just a single run. Still, Oakland has been sharp against left-handed pitching this season, and their team OPS of .757 versus southpaws ranks among the top 10 in all of baseball. This lineup doesn't stay quiet for long when facing lefties, and a bounce-back effort at the plate feels more likely than not against a vulnerable arm like Liberatore's. Jeffrey Springs will take the ball for Oakland, and he's been quietly effective when pitching on the road this season. He enters this start with a 3.66 earned run average and a .217 opponent batting average away from home, showing a calm, controlled approach in hostile environments. He'll be going up against a Cardinals offense that has been sputtering most of the year. They've struggled to string hits together and haven't shown much power. In fact, St. Louis has only pushed across 5 total runs across the first 2 games of this series. Even with home field advantage, this is not an offense that inspires much confidence right now. As our first pick for this matchup, the Athletics money line is our full game side pick. The first game in this series blew past that number, and while Tuesday was quiet, the A's have been involved in plenty of high-scoring games lately, especially when facing left-handed pitching. Liberatore's home splits and Oakland's bounce-back potential lineup for more runs. On the other side, even if the Cardinals stay relatively quiet, all we need is a few cracks from both lineups, and this total can get there. Our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total, is our full game total pick. New York Yankees versus Houston Astros. The Houston Astros and New York Yankees square off again Wednesday night under the lights at Dakin Park. These are two teams that have been trading punches in October for years, and they're back at it again. The Yankees took Game 1 of this series on Tuesday night with a convincing 7-1 win. Max Fried did the heavy lifting, shutting down Houston's bats and looking sharp start to finish. It's worth noting that New York has now won 4 of its last 5 games, though most of those came at the expense of the struggling White Sox. So that run of form might not be as impressive as it looks on paper. The Astros, meanwhile, still have breathing room atop the American League West, holding a 3-game edge over Seattle. They've got bigger things on their mind than just one midweek loss. On the hill tonight, it's Will Warren for the Yankees and Jason Alexander for the Astros. And yes, we can all move past the sitcom references now. Warren's been quietly reliable for the Yanks this season, even if a few of his outings were marred by some shoddy defense behind him. He's never faced this Houston lineup before, which often works to the pitcher's advantage, especially one with Warren's stuff. Alexander just faced this very same Yankees squad not long ago. He held them to 1 run, a solo blast from Judge, but there's a good chance the Yankees' bats adjust now that they've seen him. Since joining the Astros, Alexander's numbers have been solid, but there's something flimsy about it all. His contact rates and batted ball data suggest he's been a little too lucky. I trust Warren slightly more early, and I trust the Yankees lineup a whole lot more over 9 innings. When you stack everything up, the recent form, the matchup edge, the quality of the bats, this is a good spot to roll with New York. As our first pick for this matchup, the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. Now on paper, you've got 2 playoff contenders and 2 starters who've been putting up respectable numbers lately. That usually hints at a low-scoring battle, maybe something decided in the 7th or 8th. But look deeper and you'll see cracks. Warren may only have given up 8 earned runs in his last 25.1 innings, but those numbers flatten out once you look at his full road splits. He carries a 5.58 earned run average and a .280 opponent's batting average away from home. Alexander's story is similar. He's allowed just 7 earned over his last 29 innings, but at Dakin Park he's sporting a 5.4 earned run average and giving up hits at a .307 clip. These are not shutdown arms, not in this park, not against these bats. This isn't shaping up like a crisp 3-2 duel. This has crooked numbers written all over it. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco Giants versus Colorado Rockies. The San Francisco Giants and Colorado Rockies meet Wednesday night in the thin air of Coors Field. The Giants come in riding a small but meaningful win streak and have clawed their way to 70-69, trying to stay relevant in the National League playoff picture. They've won 3 straight, and while this isn't exactly a high-stakes rivalry, every win counts for San Francisco right now. The Rockies, on the other hand, are deep in a lost season. At 39-100, they're basically playing out the string. But Coors Field has a way of evening the playing field. No lead is safe, no pitching staff feels comfortable, and weird things happen in the late innings. The matchup on the mound is Robbie Ray for the Giants and Jeremy Marcus for the Rockies. Ray's had a strong season, 10-6 with a 3.18 earned run average, and continues to show swing and miss stuff that holds up well even in hitter-friendly parks. Marcus hasn't had that kind of year. He enters at 3-12 with a 6.14 earned run average and has been roughed up consistently at home. The Giants lineup has been making noise lately, and even if Ray doesn't throw a gem, he should be working with run support. This is the kind of spot where you back the better team, the hotter team, and the team with the better arm. As our first pick for this matchup, the San Francisco Giants money line is our full game side pick. Marcus hasn't shown much in the way of home dominance, and the Giants are coming in swinging. Ray may keep the damage low early, but it only takes a few mistakes for the game to tilt into high-scoring territory here. The Rockies can still scratch out runs when the ball's flying, and the bullpen behind Marcus won't scare anyone. Totals at Coors Field are always tricky, but this one looks like a classic Denver slugfest waiting to happen. This is one of those nights where you take the over and don't overthink it. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.